Hello, knife lovers. Welcome to Knife Delights, a place where friends can gather and discuss all things knives. As you saw from the title, this is a dual-purpose video. First, I've been wanting to share my sub-collection of Bantam knives, and secondly, this is a response to North Star Knife Review's open tag. If you bought one knife for a person who has never carried, what would it be and why? There are 4 different sizes of Bantams in the series, the largest being the Model 286 BHW. The next largest is the Model 285 BLW. And the next largest model, well, no, we're going to go smaller. The next model is the 284 BBW. And lastly, the Nano. In addition to the 4 different sizes, there are about 11 different frame designs. What I have here is the lavender skull design. So if you look close, there's deer skulls in there. Some of the other designs that I have would be one like this. This is the pink mossy oak. This is the real tree. The cryptic Highlander. The plain black. The OD green. And finally, the orange mossy oak. The 2 largest models, the BHW and the BLW, come with non-reversible pocket clips. The handles are all made from glass reinforced nylon, or GRN, and there are no liners, and the blades are pinned. The blades are all drop point and made from 420 HC steel with the Boss heat treatment. The 3 larger models have dual thumb studs for one-handed opening, ambidextrous, and feature a mid-lock. And the Nano Bantam has a nail nick and a back lock. While the Bantam series is no longer being produced, various models can still be found in some retail outlets and on online knife stores. And now on to the second part of the video here, the open tag response. So why would a Bantam be a good first knife? Well, for one, you're buying a buck knife. And bucks, the vast majority of them are made in the USA, so including this model. So anytime you have a chance to support a U.S. company, well, I believe we should try to support them when we can. Buck knives are known for being sharp right out of the box. And look, there's a whole variety of sizes and handle designs to meet every individual's personal taste. You know, for a budget knife, I think these knives kind of hit that sweet spot between quality and cost. And this drop point blade, well, that's a very fine blade for everyday use. If you're doing cardboard and things like that, cutting packages open, having that fine tip on there, the nice grind here, It just makes it a very useful knife. And getting back, to the quality, it's hard to beat for a budget blade and for budget steel. Buck's 420 HC with the Boss heat treatment to it. It is a very good steel for quote-unquote budget blade steel. Buck does really good with it. So they're going to have a pretty good durable blade, but at the same time, if they'll probably need to learn how to sharpen a knife. So I think it's a good steel to learn how to sharpen with. Now, Mrs. Knife Delights, she has other knives and has owned knives, but I tell you what, she got this size right here, and she loved it in the orange camo, and she keeps it in a knife case in her purse, and I have offered to upgrade that knife and give her nicer knives, and she says, nope, I love my Buck. She loves the ergonomics, the feel to it. These are, they're lightweight, but even with, a regular size hand, average size hand, even with this smaller model, you still get almost 4-finger grip on it. I think they're a low maintenance knife with the blades being pinned. Again, we're looking at the first time knife owner. They don't have to worry about adjusting or the screw coming loose or anything like that. So it's with a locking blade, you don't have the concerns you do with a slip joint knife of teaching them how to use it and, only pushing one way with your knife so that the blade doesn't fold back on you. I happen to have the advantage of having all 4 sizes in this series. So if somebody's at the house and they're interested in a knife, a first knife, I can give them, break out this whole set here, and they can look for themselves. They might choose this one, and then later on decide, maybe they want to go a step up, or perhaps they want something like this for a 5th pocket knife, or if they're in dress pants. And even this little one, this is a nice little knife. Very nice little knife. I had a relative, an in-law, who had inherited an old Hammer brand. I don't know if it was a pen knife. I don't remember what it was, but a little small knife. And it was probably made in the 50s, and the blade, terrible blade wobble on it. And I gave him not a Bantam, but it was the little Rival. There was a model called the Rival, and it was about this size, or maybe even just a little bit smaller. And I told him, hey, put that old keepsake up and try this little Rival knife. And he was just really pleased to have that little knife. And again, I don't want to underestimate the value of giving them a knife that has a name on it that a lot of people recognize. And if they get this Buck knife, next time they're in Walmart, perhaps they'll look at Buck knives there and maybe even some of the Chinese versions and say, hey, look at that Stockman. It's got bone covers. Maybe I'll try that. Or the Canoe with the bone covers. Or maybe they'll want to jump up and say, hey, these Bucks are kind of cool. Look at that Buck 110 they got. So again, don't underestimate the value of introducing people to the knife community. Maybe they become knife enthusiasts. And I'll kind of wrap this up with saying this was a sub-collection. I had started out with the intention of collecting, all the different patterns and all the different sizes, but when I realized there was 11 different patterns and times 4, 44 knives, that was an awful lot of money to, sink into a sub-collection, I guess. So I still do have a pretty good selection of them all, and I'm happy with them, and I might continue on collecting and picking up some here and there. It just isn't my priority right now, I guess. So I got some other knives I want to try to get. So yes, I know there was a lot of other knives you could choose, but I don't know, for me, this was my pick. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Until next time, have a great day. Whoops, shouldn't have ended the video yet. Some of the a couple of the criteria that North Star Knife Delights had in doing this recommendation was, one, that he thought the blade should be stainless steel, and secondly, that it should be a budget knife. Now these, well, of course, check prices now because everything's gone up, but starting with the little small one here all the way up to the largest, I think the largest was $25 or $26, and these were $15 or $16. So depending on what your definition of budget is, I kind of say this would be medium to high end of the budget range. So I just thought I better include that in there. So again, have a great day.